All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you. We have an exciting 3 days for this Root to Rise 2025 Sacred Purpose Envisioning Activation. This 3-day journey is a culmination of my art, my craft. I love guiding people, especially in ceremony. Not that we're going to be too ceremonial, although we will get pretty ceremonial today. But this is really for you. And I'm really, I'm feeling so grateful that you all are here with me and allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to deepen your trust, ignite that personal power, and align with your higher self, hopefully in the next 3 days. And my hope is to really guide you to root, to embody the growth through the practice of honoring and aligning with more confidence. Because I believe that this world needs your big heart. That's really what I believe. I believe we need you more than ever before. That's right now. I mean, it's been right now, right? But something particular about this threshold, this last solstice, this new year, especially as we are incorporating the Chinese zodiac of the wood snake. Now, that won't happen for almost another month in the new moon, new year for the Chinese zodiac. But I thought it would be really an excellent idea to start to incorporate that now for you all and for myself as well, to really honor this new year and what we are stepping into while we can incorporate this in the present moment. So give me a little like high five, like high 10, thumbs up if you all are super excited. I know I am. Yes. Hi, Alicia. It's good to see you. All right. So first, I wanted to just give you a quick 3-day overview. What we're doing today, what you have to look forward to for tomorrow, and for Sunday as well. So today, we're going to ground and honor where you've been. We are going to call in the directions and honor the ancestors. Again, incorporating the wood snake. As I was creating this, I realized that the 6 directions actually incorporated and encompassed the essence of wood snake so well, like, so I'm really excited to incorporate that into the wheel. And we're going to reflect on the year and how it aligns with your core values. We'll build some sacred foundations today. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about your inner power. And really that has to do with transforming resistance into strength and reclaiming your power through your heart's wisdom. So I really hope you can make it tomorrow. We'll also be activating a little bit of your voice and being able to speak what's not serving you anymore, shaking out the skin tomorrow. So day 3, we'll be talking about sacred purpose. And really what that means is igniting your vision, what it is that you really want. And it's not like something about not having it. No, this is already inside of you. This is to really feel and embody for yourself in the present moment. So I'm really excited about all 3 days. And just know, if you haven't already, I want you to join the Facebook group, the Soul Alignment Sanctuary. It should be in your email from today, and I'll pop it into the chat later. I don't want you to pop on Facebook right now. But I will be giving away prizes. I decided to, be extra generous and give away a few of my favorite things to really set you up for success this year. Okay, so let us honor what is and where you've been, because we've all traveled far and wide. And Lord knows our ancestors have too. So for this, I want you to just allow yourself to receive a little bit about the energy of the wood snake. So snake has this energy of wisdom and intuition and mystery, while wood has this energy of growth and flexibility and strategic. Oh, sorry. Energy is really the snake, right? Snakes are super strategic, but the wood is all about rooting down and growing. So together, there's this wise growth and flexible wisdom that are happening to create even more strategic expression. So a few of the opportunities that we have to look forward to with this energy of this year are really in personal development and transformation. It's also about rising in our inner artistic expression as well, like allowing ourselves to be seen. If you think about a tree, right, rooting down and growing, and then spring comes and it's like all of a sudden it like blossoms and grows, and well, I guess depending on what kind of tree you want to be. So just respecting your rhythms of seasons. So we'll also look at, with the wood snake, this again, this strategy of personal development. And this snake also brings so much mysticism and spirituality throughout just so many traditions, right? The snake has always been seen as this like mystic, right? So that's something to really look forward to, is embodying and deepening your spiritual practice. And there's also something to be said about relational dynamics here. The wood aspect of the wood snake, right? It incorporates the trees, and the trees are quite literally a network, right? There's a lot of research now that shows how many trees are actually really connected and even speak to each other in different ways. So there's this essence of really bringing together a network, a relationship, a community building. So with that all being said, right, I know it's kind of a lot of information about the wood snake, but just allowing ourselves to really take that in with a deep breath as we come into center of ourselves. So nice deep breath in and releasing. And I'm going to take you through the directional wheel. And I want you to really just bring in that essence of the wood snake. This particular wheel that I'll be bringing in of the directions is a more nature-based model, incorporated with contemporary psychology and spiritual development, that I really just resonates with me the most. So that's what I'll be working with. So first, I want you to think about the sunrise this morning. You don't necessarily need to turn to the east, but if you would like to, I would really invite you to turn to the east. The direction of new beginnings, of innocence. There's such an incredible quality of transformation that comes from the sunrise. Again, with that deep breath in, honoring the element of air, and honoring that element of transformation that the wood snake brings, this shedding of the skin, this new beginning. We welcome you. And now to the south, the direction of earth, of our four-legged friends, and our trees, our growth, our manifestation, and incorporating again, calling in that essence of the belly of the snake that strategically glides across the earth, creating that deep connection. We welcome you. And now turning to the west. The west embodies deep wisdom and deep waters, deep inner wisdom and mystery. feeling those deep sea creatures of mystery, knowing that our emotions lie within. And within these waters of emotion, there is so much depth. In Chinese culture and traditions, we often see the snake incorporated with water. So, calling in the element of water, knowing that each tree thrives at its core with water, as do we. Thank you, water. Thank you, West. And now calling on the North, the fire, the sacred wisdom, the dark mystery, and the sense of carrying the torch, the maturity of illumination and vision. Again, honoring these deep mysteries of the darkness, knowing that you have the light within you and you have the ability to carry your own torch and light it for others. And that is a responsibility. Thank you, North, for your maturity. And to the snake, for its fiery qualities, its energy, this yang quality in many traditions, and wisdom and healing, and honoring the wood as the foundation of the torch. May we know flexibility and balance as we mature. Thank you, North. And now honoring the upper spaces, the upper realms, the celestial, the divine connection, that Kundalini rising of the snake, feeling the quintessence of energy that surrounds us, calling in the direction of the upper worlds and our divine connection to our ancestors, our crown jewels. Thank you, ancestors, for being here with us today. Calling you in for your divine guidance today. May we honor where you've been so we can embody your gifts more. Thank you, upper realm. And now feeling down into the lower worlds, the core of the earth, honoring this deep earth wisdom, the roots, the underground, and ancestral wisdom again. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you for allowing us to be lifted by the bones that are deep within this earth. And thanking the wood snake for its ability to go between different realms, abilities to go under surface and underground. And again, this sense of renewal and rebirth as it comes forth. May we really feel our own essence of wood snake with the bones of our ancestors. Thank you, lower realms. And now the sixth direction, the heart, inviting you to place your hands on your heart. Thank you, self. Thank you, center. Thank you to holds all of the directions here within this light as this balance point. And again, calling on the wood snake for its intuitive wisdom to follow the heart. And if you aren't already, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and feel your heart beat. Feel the blood that you carry, those sacred waters. Those sacred waters that feed your bones of your ancestors. Thank you, heart. And now, knowing that our container is open, I would love to just tell you a quick story of why I really invited you here today. So, a lot of you already know me, but I'm an empowerment and purpose clarity coach and spiritual guide and vocal channeler and ceremonialist. And I haven't always been this confident or grounded. And actually, there was a time where I felt so ungrounded and questioning what I was doing for so long, self doubting myself. And I always knew I was meant for something much bigger and wanted to make an impact. But I felt like I was always listening to my peers, I was listening to everyone outside of myself and navigating life based on other people's opinions. And I'm curious if any of you can relate. Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. And the truth is, a little thumbs up from Shelby. The truth is I was really stuck. It was like feeling ungrounded and constantly like searching, but yet like in that like constant like searching, I felt really stuck. And I had this insatiable thirst for knowledge, but I felt like I was always in my head. I really believe that this feeling was actually because of cultural conditioning and personal conditioning, telling myself that I was never good enough. And I had countless certifications and I was always like wanting more and more and more. And there was a part of that was because I loved knowledge so much. But I also just felt like I just wanted to like this feeling of being enough, like always chasing, always chasing. And I ended up becoming pre-med. I was just again like didn't really know, but that just felt right to me because my parents are doctors and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chase this dream. That wasn't even really mine and it wasn't even theirs either. But I realized in that I was also chasing relationships that also weren't really aligned. I ended up dating a mountain biker. Lovely guy, just wasn't right. And I pushed past my intuition when I was asked to keep going on a ride, right? Like, again, listening to other people outside of myself. And it was a beautiful sunny day, but I was tired and going way too fast, going way too loose with my grip. And I woke up in the hospital with 13 broken bones. I had a broken neck, 7 broken vertebrae, 5 broken ribs. My clavicle is now a steel plate and a TBI. And it was pretty horrific. And yet it actually got a little worse. 7 months later, my mom fell off a second-story balcony and was rendered a quadriplegic. And even though we had had a challenging relationship, there was not a question in my mind, even though I was in a neck brace, not a question in my mind that I needed to go and be with her. I was 3,000 miles away at the time. And I followed my heart, not a question. While I was there, caring for her, while recovering, I knew that I needed to really just deepen so much in myself, my meditation practice, so I would not lose my shit. And it really cultivated this sense of safety within me. And as I learned to take my meditation practice and my grounding cord practice, my roots, allowing myself to rest into my roots as I built my body back up, I cultivated that safety, and it also cultivated that safety for her, right? It allowing myself to get out of my head in this situation, right? Like where I would potentially have lost my mind at this type of double stack. I allowed myself to let it be and to trust in this process and dedicated myself to my grounding cord practice. In that, I learned how to essentially put on my own oxygen mask first and learned how to essentially be able to show up for the others involved, such as my dad and my family, along with my mom. And not only that, I was able to learn how to hold compassionate boundaries, knowing that I needed to do my physical therapy first before I could be able to even lift her eventually. So there's this sense of responsibility, right? Responsibility. And though that time together was really challenging, but it was also really beautiful because of the ways that I set it up in my own practice and took responsibility for myself so that I could be responsible for others. I'm so grateful to say that we healed some really deep ancestral feminine wounds together, and we're able to we're able to honor what truly mattered. So my mom did transition, and as she was transitioning, I allowed myself to go into deep meditation. As I was doing that, I witnessed her soul transition through a portal of light. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, for sure. Being able to witness someone else's soul. And it was like so palpable. It was right there. And that felt like confirmation for me, really knowing that we are humans in this soul. I actually believe the body is in the soul, but we are souls having a human experience, is what I'm trying to get at. And I knew that I could teach people how to listen more deeply to themselves and to the natural and supernatural world around them, that they would feel a deeper sense of purpose and connection. So I know that knowing this essence of who you are, it builds safety, it builds trust, and that really builds more freedom. Witnessing my mother transition into a portal of light, I know that sounds like a lot, and I'm okay with that. But it really deepened my understanding of ancestral wisdom as well. This light of our souls that gets carried back to source. And I'm not going to claim to know exactly what it all means. I think we can never really truly know. But I recognize that our souls carry these gifts that have been passed down for millennia. And I believe that these bodies carry these gifts that are passed down for millennia. And so I believe that it's so important to honor our ancestors, especially to cultivate more safety within our own nervous system. I'm seeing some good head nods and head shakes. Yes. Yes. So now I'm coaching others to show up in their aligned purpose and having a lot of fun channeling the divine with my singing and dancing, and I'm traveling the world and ultimately connecting with nature. It's so fun. But honestly, the thing I'm most proud about is that I've never loved myself this much. All this personal development work, all this listening and meditating, getting some head shakes and hearts, and yeah, that's freedom. Like that is freedom. That's wholeness. So, uh, getting a little verklempt. Hopefully my mascara isn't running. I would love to teach you all a little grounding cord practice. And really, again, this has to do with cultivating safety, a sense of safety within ourselves, and grounding out of our worrying minds, right? In yoga, I know I've got some yogis here. The Muladhara chakra is at the base of the spine, the tailbone area, and it's connected to our feet and large intestines. And when we have a healthy connection to our root, we have a healthier connection to our bodies and the earth, because that energy can flow more fluidly. This root chakra, with a red color, I'm wearing my red today for the root. It's also incorporates the themes of tribal ancestry and familial belonging. It's really the foundation of all of the chakras to allow, again, for a more fluid flow of energy going from the earth and allowing us to root down so that we can rise and essentially create a stack for the other chakras to glow as well and open. So when we're feeling balanced, there's this like stability, there's a groundedness, right? There's safety and trust in the world. And that also includes financial security as well. So if you're ever feeling like really ungrounded financially, you're starting to feel worry, I highly suggest this grounding cord practice. Okay, so let us go into it. How's that sound? Yes. Okay, getting some head nods. Yes, yes. Okay. So what we'll be doing with this is essentially working with that earth element, and we'll be going into the grounding cord meditation, and we'll be calling again on the ancestors. And then we're going to go into honoring your past selves. I'll be asking you some questions about your core values and what you've learned. So I want you to have your journal ready, close by. And I also want to invite you to grab a candle so that we can light this candle for your past self. So just have it ready. Okay. Awesome. Everyone got their candle and journal. Great. Great, great. All right. So go ahead and light this candle as a significant alchemizing step towards honoring your past self. And I invite you to just hold it in your hands if that's possible. Taking in the flame and the alchemy of fire, like your own torch, illuminating the way for yourself. And knowing that as we light the candle for ourselves, we're lighting it and showing others the way as well. And really feeling into this candle, honoring where you've been, where you've walked this year. And then I want you to go ahead and put that candle in front of you or a safe place. And I invite you to close your eyes, coming to stillness and placing a hand on your heart again. Feel that inner beat, the direction of your heart. Feel that blood pumping within your veins. This blood carries the DNA of your ancestors. Your family jewels of energy pumping within you. Taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out with a sigh. Another deep breath in, letting it out with a sigh, bringing the attention down towards your pelvis. Allowing yourself to feel the seat below you, lifting you up as an extension of the earth. Breathe, take a deep breath and feel that breath in your pelvis. See if your seat can relax a little bit more, feeling the weight of your bones sink into the earth. Continue to breathe. As you locate your tailbone, and allow your tailbone to start to grow a root. Let this root be strategic and pointed as it goes all the way down through the foundation of your house or room. Allow it to meet the earth as it goes down past soil, past the water table, past the crystal and the rock. Keep going down. As you hit the magma, allow your root to go even further down. All the way to the center of the earth, the heart of Gaia, this earth mother. Take a deep breath. Audible exhale out. Feel yourself relax down. Connect to the earth. Connect to the core. Continue to breathe. As you feel the heartbeat of the center of the earth, feel this deep ancient wisdom within the core. Now I invite you to release with another deep breath anything that's not serving you to be composted and alchemized into the earth. Another deep breath and release down the grounding cord. And one more. With your mind's eye, let that energy go all the way down, knowing that the earth is here to compost for you, with you. And feeling that heart, knowing that you are so supported. Allow that love and support to start to rise from the core of the earth up through the grounding cord, coming up through the magma, through the earth's crust, feeling the crystal and rock, and passing some of your ancestral bones and wisdom here. Coming up, honoring the water table that your ancestors also once knew. And coming up higher to the roots of the trees you pass as you come all the way up through the foundation of the building you're in and into your seat, allowing that grounded energy to fill up your pelvis and your legs and your feet. Feeling that connection that you have cultivated and created. And I want you to think about all those steps you have taken this year. Thanking your feet for where you have been and all that support, wiggling your toes. Feeling the ankles and the calves and the knees. Coming up through the thighs. And again, the base of your spine as you rise up through your midsection and into your heart. What have you walked through this year? How have you really grown? What thresholds have you crossed? Have you been listening to your heart? Nice deep breath in and feeling your heart once again. Letting it out with a sigh. Starting eyes. And finding your journal. Again, what have you learned about yourself this year? I'm going to ask a few questions to start to reveal some of your values. These values are, again, like foundations for us to grow in. They become a lighthouse to regulate our nervous system when we're challenged. So the first question, and I'll pop it into the chat as well, is what activities brought you the most joy? What activities brought you the most joy? And feel free to put it in the chat or keep it in your journal. Next question is, when did you feel most alive and aligned this year? Somewhat similar to the first question, but maybe there's something more here. When did you feel most alive and aligned? Next question. What relationships brought you the most joy? And kind of a sub question to that, to kind of help you really feel into this one, is why? How did they fill you up or meet you? And what characteristics were shown to you? So, what relationships really brought you the most joy? Hmm. Okay, next question. What investments in yourself are you most grateful for this year? What did you invest in? Maybe that was time or financially, that you just were like, wow, that was such a good investment. I'm so glad I did that. And now take a look at what you're noticing. What values are you noticing? Right? What's most important to you? And I even want to ask, like, what are you most proud of? Are there any key themes that you're noticing from this year that you really want to take with you in 2025? It's about everything you've learned from this year that you're like, yes, these are jewels. I'm taking them with me. What are you noticing? A few more seconds on that one. Okay. Y'all ready for the next question? Chris is ready. Jay's ready. Katie Bell's ready. Okay. Shelby's ready. Kim looks like she's ready. Leslie's ready. Okay, here we go. What boundaries did you set this year that honored yourself and honored your values that you're noticing? What boundaries did you set that honored yourself and your values? Next question to judge that one is, what did you say no to this year that felt really empowering? Kind of the same, but what did you speak to? What did you say no to that felt empowering? Next one. What causes or issues did you naturally find yourself standing up for? What were you standing up for this year? Okay. This is one of my favorite questions that I came up with is what new habits or practices have you realized are non-negotiables for you? What habits or practices have you realized this year are non-negotiables? What's a non-negotiable for you that you've learned this year? Okay. And last question. What's one step, just one step you can take to honor your energy? That's the family jewels that I've been talking about. Family jewels of energy. What's one step that you can take to honor your energy after contemplating everything? It's something that you want to implement this year. Just one step. Maybe it has something to do with your calendar or meditation practice or I don't know, tidying your shoes to make sure you go for a walk in the morning. And I want to invite you for this one to put it in the chat. What's one thing or one step you can take to really honor your energy today? You don't even need to say like for all of 2025. What about just like today for tomorrow? Kelsey says, limiting screen time before bed. Ooh, girl, I've got that one too. Oh my gosh, definitely wanting to really commit to my sleep hygiene. Shelby says, exercise. Oh, yeah, girl. You know, I like to see that one. Courtney says, take time to just be in nature. Oh, so good. I feel that one too. I feel like oftentimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this walk. And it's like, okay, why don't we just like chill out? And it's always the best when that happens. It's always nice too if you have like a dog friend to take on a walk. They seem to do a really good job of like sniffing everything and slowing me down. Lynn says, reflection writing daily. To reflection write daily. I love that. Katie Bell says, create something every day. Doesn't matter how big or small or simple. Just create some little piece of art every day. Oh my goddess. I love that. I love that. I'm so curious what is occurring in front of you. Maybe you can show us later. Jay says, walk the dog at the dog park. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Leslie says, when I find my brain going bing bong, coined by my 5-year-old, I love that. Make sure to step back and find space in every single week for nothing. Ooh, space. You know I love that space. And Kelsey says she put it on her calendar, creating art. That's amazing. All right. Yay to the artists. I really believe we're all artists in this crew. Ame says, pray with water in the morning. Ame, that is so beautiful. I think I might have to join you in that one. Okay. So let's see. I'd love to hear some face-to-face. I'd love to hear what's percolating, what's happening. What are you seeing about your values, about what you want to step into? Is there anyone who wants to share? I know we've got somebody here that wants to get their voice in. Don't be shy. Who wants to speak it out?
I'll speak it out.
Yay, Kelsey.
All right.
What are you
So
seeing? Yeah.
I will share what I am proud of from last
Yeah.
year. And last year, I took the leap from working for somebody else while building my own business to only working for myself. And that was a very big and scary jump, but has been incredible since doing that. So, yeah,
Oh my gosh. I celebrate you, Kelsey.
thank you.
Amazing. Kelsey, I freaking love you. Who else? Who wants to celebrate? What are you seeing? What are you proud of? What do you really value? Anything that wants to be shared. Who's got it? Don't be shy. I mean, you're allowed to be shy and bravely speak. No other shares? No one?
I'll share.
Awesome. Courtney, go for it.
Okay. I feel like I spent the most amount of time both alone and in really deep, beautiful community spaces last year, and as well as like in nature alone. And those times really, like, I just really loved my alone time. I loved my quote unquote solitude and like that deep wisdom that comes from the quietness of being with the earth and being with ourselves and getting to know and love ourselves and unlock all these doors, but then also simultaneously having these really beautifully heart connected community spaces. And I think I was really dancing with both of those places last year. And I think I'm really, I don't know, I'm proud of myself. I took 2 weeks off to go on like a long trip that I hadn't done and or had wanted to do for many years. And so um, doing that was like a big affirmation to myself and kind of to let myself just go and to be in that solo place and really feel really, really connected. So It's beautiful.
Wow, it's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you're a backpacker actually now.
I want to be. I think that's part of it. I have not yet, but that's yeah, that's maybe where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Excellent. Let's see. We've got time for a couple more shares if anyone wants to share. I'd love to hear you. It's so nice to make this more of a collaboration than me just talking like a talking head. You know, it's interesting. Sacred Technology is my friend, and it's amazing. We have people, I know there's some people watching the replay in Thailand and Taiwan and Bali. And it's like, it's amazing how it can bring us all together. But it really is so nice to really like create a circle and really hear our voices. So is there anyone else? I'd love to hear what you're proud of this year, what values you're noticing.
I'll share. I'm a little hesitant to share because I haven't come to the conclusion that it is a good thing. Like I'm like, okay, am I in a rut? Is this, not where I should be? But this year I've been honoring, like I heard this thing a while back about alpha days, beta days, and gamma days. And I've been allowing myself to have like one down day a week. And I'm like, okay, are you being lazy? Are you being, unmotivated? Or is this really nourishing my soul? And like my heart is kind of leaning towards like, this is really good right now for me. I don't need to go out there every day and like hustle and try to make things happen. Um, so was what was holding me back a little bit with sharing because I like not fully understanding it. But that being said, like honoring my energy and where I'm putting it, and when I need a down day, I'm just taking it unapologetically. I'm turning the phone off. I'm like doing whatever my body wants to do that day. And if that's hibernate, then I'm hibernating. So that's where
Mm.
I'm at right now.
So beautifully said. I'm so glad you shared, Carissa, because this is just it, right? Like we're kind of taking into account our year in review, and it's like, yeah, it's an ongoing process. Like, yes, we crossed this threshold of winter solstice and New Year's, whatever that really means, right? But it really is, it's like, it gets to be an exploration. And I love that you can just be honest about, like, you know what? I'm still working on this one. I'm still exploring this one. And that to me says, great, you get to bring in curiosity. To me, it sounds like that might be a value for you. So well said. Okay, we still have time for some more shares. I know Shelby looked like she wanted to share. Anyone else?
I'll share an investment that I made. I went on a super long nature trip that was outside of my comfort zone and skill set, and I learned a lot on it. But the one of the many nuggets from it was to just do the thing that you want to do. So there's not a right time to do it. And I'm really glad that I did it when I did it, because life came up after that and I couldn't have gone later than I did. And I'm glad that I just made the jump and did the thing. And
So,
Courtney, if you want to get into backpacking, let me know.
all right, Courtney, big score. Backpacking bud. Sweet. Thank you, Shelby, for sharing. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to do a longer backpacking trip. Hopefully with you. But I love that share of just like LFG, like let's freaking go. Why not? I really felt like, yeah, this essence of like taking the opportunity, grabbing the bull by the horns and going for it out of your comfort zone too. It's just incredible. Yeah, wow. And I'm curious, we've got time for one more. maybe 2 more shares. Who else wants to share?
Can share.
Great.
This last year I got married in July and moved in with my wife and finished remodeling my house to rent it out and began the process of quitting my, working for somebody else and started my own business. So it's been a lot of changes, and it feels like a huge investment in who I am and in the future of this like new life. That's it.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Little things.
Amazing. Wow, Jay, congratulations. That is a big year. That is a lot of thresholds for sure. And yeah, congratulations. Starting a business, starting a marriage. Oh my gosh. I think you said remodeling your house. That's huge. Yeah.
I'd like to share. And it's interesting because it's like I want to share because a part of what I really want to let go of this year is comparison to what anybody else is doing. Because at the beginning of 2024, I broke my left foot when I was traveling. And it's been a whole journey. Like I've gotten to learn so much about my body, about tension patterns, about how things that happen to the feet happen to the pelvis and the rest of the body, just the whole connection of the body. And it's been uh amazingly challenging and really like invigorating. I've been getting pelvic floor physical therapy, and it's been so beautiful and nourishing to receive. And so it's just been like a lot of puzzle pieces coming together about how to care for my body, especially as I'm just 40 this past year and moving into like more of like the transitional landscape of what it means to be a woman at this age and the hormonal fluctuations and like all the pieces. And so I'm just honoring all the things that I've done to care for my body this year as I've been had a wounded wing, so to speak, and uh, building greater strength in my body. I started going to Fulcrum, which is so fun to see Shelby here, and just like really getting my body in a good condition. And it's been wonderful. That's what I'm celebrating about this past year, is just really investing in my body in a new way.
Thank you, Ame. Wow. Yes. I don't know if I think I forgot about your foot. That's a really big deal. And I think my not to pick just like one gem, but my favorite gem of everything you shared, not only about the strength building and strength training and holistic pelvic care, shout out to holistic pelvic care, but also the releasing of comparison. Yes, releasing of comparison. And I'm also hearing this like beautiful wisdom of hormonal health and supporting your energy in that. Yeah, discernment of like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to compare, and really taking time for yourself to really build. Yes. Ah, beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, we've got time for one more. If anyone else wants to get their voice heard, what are you proud of? We haven't heard anything about boundaries yet either. So anything that wants to be shared, anything that you're just noticing in your values from this year in review.
Jen, I can share. This year has been big on boundaries for me, so that's a good prompt. But yeah, I took a step back from work because it was just getting way too much, and I took space for myself this year, 2024, and it's so amazing. My brain has healed from over productivity and really losing my focus altogether. I now have recharged my brain and have mental focus again and can sit with myself, which I wasn't able to do in 2023. To just sit with myself was really challenging. And so I really created that boundary of my own energy and my own space and what I need to recharge myself. And so for this year, what I want to do is be able to retain that and ease back into the world and into life in a bit more of a way than I did this year, but somehow retaining those boundaries of space. That's so important.
Yes, queen. Yes. Oh, it feels so good to hear you say all of that. I celebrate you 1,000-fold. As I saw some folks in the crowd too, they're like, yes, space. And being able to just be and take that time for yourself, that is just absolutely precious. I know that space is a really incredible resource too, to be able to tap into. And yeah, I honor you big time, big time, big time, big time, big time. And I'm actually almost curious, have you noticed yourself become more productive now that you're allowed to just ground into your space?
Well, I feel like what I do is with a lot more intention. Everything I do is with more intention. Yeah. And more
Yeah.
presence. Yeah. Which is
So
so everything I do is done better. I just do less of it.
yeah. So more productive in a self-fulfilling way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I feel that for you. Feel that for you for bringing that with you in your jewels for 2025. See, yeah, Courtney can relate to that one big time. That overgiving. Yeah, beautiful. Holding you as well. Yeah, I feel that. It's amazing to reflect too on the boundaries piece, right? It's like, okay, I'm proud of myself for this and that. And like, wow, what it's that God of Durga is discernment for me. It's like, what am I saying no to? And there's so much beauty and power in that, as Leslie just shared. It's like that intention, that presence, that's priceless. That's priceless. So well said. Thank you to everyone who shared, and thank you to those who didn't share that are just percolating, and that's welcome too. But I really do love getting more of a circle energy. It's interesting, like to call in the directions and create a container on Zoom. It's so amazing to be able to do this. Sacred technology is my friend, and hearing your voices face to face really does bring more of that circling energy. So I really appreciate you for sharing and getting your voices in and having your cameras on who can. And again, you can't, no worries. It's great to have all of you. Okay, so wow, what an epic first day, first of all. Yeah, just wanting to really just like percolate a little bit in this sauce. So let's just take a few deep breaths together, letting all of those shares kind of land. And I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and again, find your heart, that heart wisdom, that divine intuitive wisdom. Knowing that, again, we've called in the directions, we've called in the ancestors, and bringing that back home to center. Honoring yourself in your curiosity of values. Knowing that this is a practice. A practice of trust and listening, inquiry, the compass of the heart. And once again, can you feel that heartbeat in this present moment? honoring all of those heartbeats that have gotten you here to this very moment, not a moment late or too soon, but right on time, in presence. Nice deep breath in, filling up with the belly, filling up with the heart. Feeling that ease at your core. Honoring where you've been to get right to where you are, right in this present moment today. Thank you, heart, for your intuitive guidance. And tuning back into that grounding cord. Energy is quick. And this grounding cord practice is available to you at all times. That connection between you, your body, your soul, and this earth. Let us thank the ancestors, their bones beneath us, perhaps churned into dust and soil. Let us thank this beautiful earth, the Great Mother, for holding those bones and supporting us with every step, every breath, every seat. Honoring this direction of the underworld and its great mystery at its core, ancestral wisdom. Thank you. Thank you for your divine support. Thank you for your balance and for always showing us where home is in this presence and groundedness. Thank you. And rising up, bringing your attention to the quintessence, the energy that surrounds us and the greater sky, some call Father Sky. Feeling this energy of spiritual wisdom, also embodying ancestral wisdom. And ascension. As we root down and honor the roots, we are able to better rise in confidence and in trust. Thank you. Thank you, upper realms. Thank you, spirits of the highest truth and compassion, for being with us today. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your trust in us to continue to align with curiosity. Thank you. And coming around to the north, honoring the great mystery of darkness, the wisdom in the mystery, the trust that we become responsible to hold as a torch to illuminate the way. Thank you for this wisdom, for this growth and responsibility to illuminate. Thank you, North, for testing us in your challenges to show us our resilience in this present moment, honoring what it has taken us to all get here to this responsibility to this growth. Not only for ourselves but to be a role model for others. Thank you. Thank you, North. Thank you, West. Thank you for your deep emotions in waters. Thank you for showing us how to feel so that we may know how to hold space in depth for ourselves and for others in compassion. Thank you for your fluidity and flow, your artful expression, your joy. Thank you for giving us life with your waters as we pass down this blood of our ancestors. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, sacred waters. Thank you, West. Thank you, South. Thank you, South, for your presence. Thank you, South, for your balance and roots of the trees. Thank you for your earth and your presence of foundation and stability. Thank you for your four-leggeds and our friends that put their bellies to the ground. The foundation of our food chain. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, South. Coming around to the east. Thank you, East. Your breath of fresh air rejuvenates us and allows our nervous systems to relax. Thank you for your innocence. Thank you for the wisdom in your new beginnings and showing us how to shed, how to release, how to be in this world so that we can always begin again in any moment. Thank you for your great mystery and your bravery. Thank you for your breath and the messages that you bring in the wind. Thank you. And once again, thanking the ancestors for being with us. Thanking the spirits of the highest truth and compassion for being with us today. Any spirit guides or animal beings that were with us today. And thank you to the wood snake. This true essence of rooting to rise and growth and expansion, for greater community, for artful expression, for growing our intuition and our spiritual practices, and our personal development, for its strategy of knowing how to be present and in alignment. We honor you. We honor you in this present moment, as we may honor you in this year to come. Our circle is closed for today. We'll continue again tomorrow. tomorrow we will be, thank you for the hearts. Tomorrow we will be looking at resistance and transforming resistance with the heart and the heart medicine. I am so excited about tomorrow, and we're going to do some more workshopping and deepening in the practice of really understanding what might be in your way, to really love those parts. This is not about like slaying the fear. No, this is about seeing it, giving it space, and really bringing it into your heart as a revolutionary way of being able to move through it. I'm also really excited. I'm going to be unveiling one of my greatest masterpieces that I've been working on for years now. Actually, I'm so excited. I will be telling you about a group program that I will be launching in February. I'm so excited about this. Yeah, it's called Sacred Soul Alignment, and I'll be telling you more about that tomorrow. Don't worry, I won't take up like a half an hour. We're just gonna talk about it for maybe like 10 minutes. And okay, join the Facebook group. I'm gonna put this link into the chat. I will be giving away some prizes, so please check out the Facebook group. What I'd like for you to do for today to really solidify more of this practice is to write a love letter to your past self. Perhaps that can be from this past year. That's kind of the vibe. But if it wants to be from, a decade ago, that's totally welcome too. Now, I know that's a pretty vulnerable practice. So what I will be asking of you is to literally just take a picture of dear self, and you can just post that picture in the Facebook group. You don't have to post your whole letter. If you want to, that sounds great, but I know that's really vulnerable and I'm not expecting you to do that. And feel free in that comment. What I'd really love to hear is something that you're taking away from today, whether that was a piece of appreciation from today about your values, a part of the boundaries piece that you're ready to bring forth with you along with that love letter. And posting that in the group is the first step. And then commenting on 2 to 3 posts on other people's posts. And that will put you into the drawing for our first prize, which is one of my favorite journals. I freaking love this journal. It's so nice because it's got like the 3 rings so that you can, do the flippy thing, and it's like got the hard cover. So if you want one of these journals, I will send it to you personally. You just have to write a love letter to yourself and comment anything that was really, a nice takeaway from today in that post, and then comment on 2 or 3 of the other folks. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything like that, I will hang on after the recording. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I honor all of you.